Hello, good evening. My name is Sukhminder Singh Hansra. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the organizers who have invited me here for the video messaging. I think this is the best way to connect with the Bramptonians, because as you're sitting home on your computer, you can find out what your candidates has to say. As I said, I'm a candidate from wards 2 and 6 in Brampton for city councillor. Now, why am I running? This is a question that I've been asked almost every day. What should I say? Why am I running? Don't we know what's happening in the city of Brampton? I mean, I lived here, my kids were born here, now my grandchildren are born here, and I've seen Brampton city that was so beautiful. People wish that they could live in Brampton. Now all of a sudden our Brampton government has put us all to shame. Brampton government, our entire council, is under criminal investigation. I think that is a good enough reason for every Bramptonian to get up and be activist, to try to do something they can do. Now there's other reasons that I think, because what happened almost for 2.5, 3 decades, a lot of our city councilors are sitting there with no ideas. They have no knowledge of what's going on. The world has changed. Brampton has changed rapidly. I mean, let's face the fact that Brampton is the fast growing city in Canada. Though it's the 9th largest city in Canada, but it's fast growing. It has grown, and very soon we will be the 8th largest city. We will surpass Mississauga, the speed we are growing. So therefore we have to be very cautious that our governments are taking steps in order to make Brampton a better place to live for every Bramptonian. I think they are actually tangled among their own files. They can't even decide whether this government money that they used was proper or not. Now we need forensic audit to tell them, hey, you were wrong. Then we needed integrity commissioner to tell them, hey, pay it back. Now we need auditor general to tell them, hey, the decisions you made about the city hall's expansion was right or wrong. This is exactly what's happening in Brampton. I think it's about time that Brampton, as diverse it is, that we change our city hall. If there is no change, then obviously we will become a city that nobody wants to live. The city that people will start moving out. There are other issues. The Brampton Breck issue in wards 2 and 6 is a huge issue. I really don't have in-depth knowledge of that issue, but definitely when I get elected as a city councillor, I will make sure that I will deal with Brampton Breck issue, because that has gone to OMB. Ontario Municipal Board is going to decide on it. So what happens if they decide there's something that our people doesn't like, or it's not good for Brampton? We have to be very careful before we send things to OMB. Things go to OMB when we fail to make adjustments for both parties. There's no other reason that most of these planning goes to OMB. Why? OMB is not the God. OMB is not any wiser or well paid than our council. So we should be able to deal with the issues right here in our arena, which is not. So I'm going to look at all these things. On the other thing, if you look at wards 2 and 6, on Mississauga Road, there's so much land to be developed. What are we going to put there? Houses? Or we're going to try to bring some corporations? Now I'm going to sit with our planning committees, and I'm going to see what we can do there. Obviously, when we build houses, then there's no jobs coming to Brampton. There is no university in Brampton. Every candidate you will hear talk about university. But for university, you need a business plan that you can sell to provincial government. Our council never had a business plan. I will work with the council to make a business plan. Then I will take my council, I will probably spearhead this issue and go to provincial government. In their next budget, I will try to see if we could bring a university here. Because university is not only a place for our kids to get education, but with the university, you got so many other things coming in. You got over 2,000 jobs right in the vicinity of your city hall. And this is what I intend to do. Now, I'm not going to sit here and promise you what I could do. But one thing I can bring you, I have 30 years experience in journalism. I can understand the issue, and I don't deviate from my vision, from my goals. And I can tell you one thing, I've seen some of these councillors sitting in our council, they will vote for something, become a politically correct, let things go bad. I will not do that. So the council members or mayor will not only going to face my vote against them, but they'll be facing me. Me, when I say me, that means anytime there's an agenda, there's an item on agenda which is bad for Brampton, I will make sure that never happens. I don't care what it takes. So this is what I'm trying to bring. I'm bringing a bold ideas. I'm bringing a voice that cannot be ignored. Of course, there are many voters in my wards, and obviously the turnout was very low last time around. I intend to change that. I intend to knock at your doors. I intend to get close to you. I intend to connect with you so you can come out and vote, because that's a democracy. The beauty of democracy is such that you cast a vote. Once you cast a vote, you will make it. I trust you that you will make a right decision. Given the fact that you know about all these candidates, we're 15 of us in wards 2 and 6 contesting for city council. Just imagine what kind of a responsibility a voter has to select 1 out of 15. Now, and I have no doubt in my mind that you will have that intellect. You just need to pay a little bit of attention. You just have to pay a little bit of attention to know which councillor can actually become your voice. And I can guarantee that I will be the one who will be your voice in the city council. Now you can connect with me, electhansra.ca, or you can call me directly, right on my cell phone, 905-455-9999. I'll try to meet you, and at the same time, I would expect that you will try to vote for me. Thank you very much.